Hey guys, so I just got finished up with the gym and I was doing a lot of reflecting. Past 6 months, and I've kind of spoken about it in other videos as well, but past 6 months has been an incredible time for me, both positive and slightly negative as well. And I wanted to make this video just to share my story and just let people know that if you're in a tough spot, if you're struggling right now, it is going to get better. But most importantly, it is going to get better as long as you believe it's going to get better. And so the story that I'm here to share is that, so I run a business. I was running a marketing agency, and now I'm running a consulting business. And so as I was traveling this year, and this is also the raw reality of traveling, is that I was spending a lot without, managing my finances and understanding where my money was going. And so I've gone to 4 different countries this year, cities you could say. First one was Cape Town, second was New York, third was Greece, Andros in Greece, and then fourth was Dubai. And so I was running my marketing agency this whole time, but I was feeling really stuck with it and I wasn't enjoying it as much. And when I got to Dubai, this was like the final place that I actually went to in the in my little traveling period. I had $150 in my bank account in Dubai. Like, I landed in Dubai and I had $150 in my bank account. And most people in that situation, they would break, they would mentally crumble. And for some reason, I think I just knew to myself that I was the type of person and I was the guy who's going to get out of that situation and be able to push past it. And it all really just comes down to mindset and the way that you think, your beliefs, and the way that you act. And it's really weird, and because I like to be the guy who's always positive and confident and sharing my beliefs to push others and let them soak up my energy so that they can have confidence in themselves, essentially. And it was really weird because in that situation, I was the guy who was at rock bottom. I didn't know what to do. I pretty much had no money to my name. It was 3 digits, right? You're in a new country. I was there for 4 or 5 days and I pretty much had nothing. I could only maybe get some food, and a couple Ubers here and there, but I couldn't really do much. But I don't know if it was the energy, it was me just being so mentally strong and pushing through that despite whatever the situation was. I made a switch from my agency into consulting for marketing agencies because I had already gotten to $20,000 a month with my own. And so because of that, I put out a random, like, it was like a, what do you call it, a last ditch kind of effort. So I put out an offer on Instagram to my stories. I said, yo, I'm switching to consulting. If you're a marketing agency or you're an agency owner, you need help scaling, hit me up. And so on the first night in Dubai, got a really average hotel, and was just in the dumps. And then second night in Dubai, got a different Airbnb, and for whatever reason, when I put that story up, I closed a client on the same night. And I don't know if it was the frequency of Dubai, the energy, just the confidence that it gave me, on top of my own delusion. I had to be delusional. How was I going to be in Dubai and make money out of nowhere on a new offer? You know what I mean? There was no realistic reason for me to actually believe that I should have made money and gotten out of that situation. But my self-delusion told me that, fuck it, Ethan, you're going to make it no matter what. And so that is exactly what happened. And just that one small sale, it wasn't a big sale or anything. And I kind of, I understand the way that kind of sounds. It was $2,500 as half of the full $5,000 for my program. That essentially saved me. Like, I already had a ticket to get back home and everything, but just that one little sale and bringing on my first client, which I'm very, very thankful for, and you know who you are, I was able to get out of that situation and have a little bit of a nice experience in Dubai, okay? And yeah, it was just like, I don't know how it happened, but it happened in the most miraculous way, where, like, honestly, in that situation, I was pretty down in the dumps and I was not feeling the best, but like, there was something in the back of my head just telling me that you're going to make it. Like, just keep pushing, keep taking action. You pretty much have nothing to lose. Like, you're pretty much broke, and this is after months of me making like quite a bit of money with my agency, right? But I had spent it all traveling, not managed the finances, and I was in such a shitty rock bottom situation. But again, that voice in the back of my head just told me, like, keep pushing, you know what you're doing. As long as you provide value to people and you know, you keep making offers, you keep showing up every single day, it's gonna work out. And so it just goes to show, like, the level of belief you need in yourself to achieve the things that you want to achieve. Again, like, there's not really any way that I should have done that and been able to get out of that position, but literally just because I believed it could happen, it did happen. And it's kind of mind-blowing to me, and I wanted to share this with you guys because a lot of you may be in this situation, and you know, a lot of you might be feeling like the stress and just like, it feels really tight. If you've ever been in this situation, you feel so like tight, constricted, restricted, and you just don't know, like, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, there's no clarity. You know, you can take action, but what action is going to actually make you money or get you out of that situation? And I think I just want to say to anybody who is currently in that situation or may potentially be there in the future, have full, like, self-delusion and belief in yourself that you will be able to get out of it. Because if a guy like me, I'm not special or anything, was able to like get over that little hurdle, then anybody can. Like, literally anybody can. And it's all up to your mindset and how you think, how much you actually trust in yourself. Because like, if I didn't have trust in myself, I would have just given up and not even tried, right? I would have sulked. I would have like blamed external circumstances for you know, whatever happened to me and the situation I was in. But I blamed myself, I took responsibility for it, and just kept pushing and got out of it. And so yeah, that was the quick story. But essentially, like, I think it's really important to talk about these things, because not a lot of people are real with what happens in the business journey. Like, obviously we can, you know, all talk about the flashy things, the cars, the money, the, you know, the flights, hotels, whatever it is. But I know that everybody who's been in business has gone through what I've gone through. Maybe not to that extent, but everybody has felt struggles like that. Everyone has, you know, been at rock bottom and had to figure out a way to get out of it. And I want to be one of those guys who actually talks about these kind of experiences, because that's probably like 90% of business and just life in general. Like, the things that you see online, you know, the cars, the planes, the watches, that's all less than, like, that's probably 1% of what actually goes on. People are in the trenches every day. They're working, you know, they're grinding, they're struggling, obviously, to make it out on the other side and make a lot more money, which, you know, it's very admirable that people do that, and show that to inspire people. But, you know, the majority of business and life in general is pretty fucking shit. And so yeah, I just wanted to kind of talk about that after a really good gym session, and just, you know, while I'm driving in the car, because when I drive, I get to like be still and reflect and kind of talk to myself. I don't know if you guys have ever you know, talked to the camera much, but at night when you're just driving, looking at the city, in the car, it's just a very peaceful feeling. Because most of the time, and I'm guilty of this as well, like people are just scrolling on TikTok, and most of the day I am scrolling on TikTok. I get very easily distracted, but it's times like these where you can just sit down, speak to yourself, think, reflect, and kind of plan out the next steps, or look back and see what mistakes you did, fix that going forward so that you can achieve what you want to achieve. And sorry, right now, like I'm going across a bridge, and the small city here just looks incredible, and I'm very, very grateful to be able to experience this right now. Just kind of want to sit in this feeling. Yeah, most of our days we're all on our phones, all on our laptops, just little dopamine feeds, trying to get the next little hit of dopamine. You scroll, you see the next video, another car, another Bugatti, another Lamborghini, another nice high rise, another watch, and like we all get so sucked into that, and that's just like not the true reality of just life and business. And sorry. And for whatever reason, right now, I just see a car crash. And, shit like that will happen to you. Shit like that will happen to you when you least expect it, like me when I was in Dubai, right? But for those guys there, it really depends on their mindset and how they think and how they're going to get out of a situation like that. And it's so weird that I'm speaking about it like this, but it's true, because, shit like that's going to happen. You're going to crash your car. You're going to have to pay for the other person, or you're going to have to pay for yourself. And like, what do you do? How do you respond to that? How do you react to the situation? A lot of people in that situation, they would get pissed at the other person. Why'd you do that? This is your fault. But a lot of the time, it's like how you react to that shows what kind of person you are and how you're going to go through life and what things you're going to achieve. Like, hopefully they just, say no one's to blame. Things happen, and they just, do what's necessary, get the insurance, and just fix the issue, right? They apologize to each other, because I don't know if anybody's crashed a car, but I've crashed my car before, and it's a fucking shit feeling. Thankfully, I crashed it myself while speeding, but I've never crashed into somebody else. And so, just that feeling of crashing, I spun out my car. That was scary as fuck, and it went in the blink of an eye. But when it happens with another person, I can only imagine what that's like. Like, your car, their car, it's, each of your property, and it sucks, right? It sucks crashing your car, no matter if you hit somebody or you just hit your own car. But there's a certain mindset that you need to have to get out of that and be positive and just keep pushing. Yeah, it's your car, but it is what it is. And as long as you guys are okay, as long as they're okay, life goes on. And just like me, being broke in Dubai, where you're supposed to have fun, enjoy, spend the money, it happens. And so, yeah, it's so interesting that just happened. And hopefully those guys are really okay. But damn, life really just comes at you in the weirdest ways, and you just don't expect it at all. And I think, for you guys out there, you're probably going through a lot of shit right now, whether it be personal, business. Life hits you, and you gotta put your, if you're a guy, big boy pants on and just fucking push through. Things will work out, and it all comes down to your beliefs, the way you think, your mindset, all of it. And I know I'm rambling, but you really just have to believe. You really just have to believe things are possible, and none of the things that we have as humans that are man-made could have been possible if humans didn't believe it was possible. Like this car that I'm driving right now, the camera that I'm recording on right now, all of this was possible because somebody created this in their mind and believed. And I can guarantee you that most of the creations that we have around us, the people around them told them it was a stupid idea, or it would never work, or like, why are you even trying in the first place? And you know, that happens a lot. But the fact that we have these incredible things now with us is just through pure belief and determination and trust that what they thought was right and what they wanted to produce and create and bring into the world was the right thing to do, and was going to happen in the way that they wanted it to happen. So yeah, that was the video. Really weird rant. I went through a bunch of different things, but you know, if you guys resonated with this video, I hope it has helped in some way, you know, helped you just understand things, and maybe you can relate to this, which is going to be good, because you know, I went through a lot of shit and I got out of that shit, so you guys can do the same. So yeah, I'll leave the video there, but otherwise, hope everybody has a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.